How is it going, guys? Drew Peacock here, back with another video, and today is a big day, the day we've all been waiting for. We are getting back the built motor for the Supra today. I had my boy Chris, the Supra market, one of the best in the Supra game, assemble my motor for me. That way I know that the thing is going to be solid. I'm sure I could have just took some advice and done it here from him, but I wanted the best of the best to do it, so I had him assemble it for me. This way, it's just one less thing to worry about. And while he was doing that, I was doing a lot of stuff here. I have my whole fuel system torn apart. I have to go get some PTFE fittings for that. I am mocking up to mount the intercooler, so I'm doing a lot of little stuff here. He's doing all the major stuff over there. When we get the motor back, it's all just going to mesh perfectly together, and the car is going to run beautifully. Anything that can be replaced easily is getting replaced. Like, I'm replacing everything from fuel filter socks, fuel filter, cleaning out my injectors. I mean, we are making sure that this thing is going to run as solid as possible the moment we turn it on. So I have one hell of a drive ahead of me. I have to go drive 2 hours to San Diego to go pick it up, and then another 2 hours back, and then start assembling it, you know? While I'm driving, I'm gonna make some phone calls about the PTFE lines, just because I need to get PTFE fittings. They are very specific. You cannot run push lock like I used to, so I have to get PTFE stuff. So anyways, let me load up the tire, because this is what I'm going to put the motor on when I drive back, and let's hop in the truck. Well, guys, here we go. There she is, all done and dressed up. She is looking real nice. So we have the MazWorks Stage 2 built bottom end, and then we have my rebuilt head. I didn't go for porting. I figured for my power level, we'll still be able to make the power that I want. You could see the exhaust side. This is where you would really want to port it. I mean, they're a little small, but with VVTi, it's not too bad. You know, a couple more pounds, and we'll make the power we want. It would just help with efficiency a lot. But dude, Chris knocked it out of the park with this thing. This thing, the little detail, he paint markered every little bolt, so I know if something spins. He knocked it out of the park. He repainted this. He even put the sticker for the new timing belt and everything. I mean, just the little stuff, you know. Like, I definitely wouldn't have done that. Like, I'm just not that kind of guy. But cleaned up my VVTi gears and stuff. Just this whole thing looks brand new. Like, brand new. There's a couple things we have to do. We're actually gonna pull out this plug right here. For some reason, MazWorks put in a plug, and they like put on super duper strong Loctite. We're gonna heat it up and use an easy out because it's not coming out. He's tried everything. He's broken bits on it. It's a coolant return for my factory oil cooler, so I don't know why they would plug it, but dude, this thing looks crazy. This is also his Supra right here. He has to finish wiring up a link, and then he's gonna get it retuned. That's my old motor, my old bottom end. That's his head. But yeah, like, I'm super excited for this. We're gonna go home and toss this thing, or start tossing it in. I don't know how far we'll get today, just because I do need my pilot bearing, and I don't know if that's coming today, so I might not put it in today. I might. Besides the motor on his car, he also owns like one of the cleanest looking Supras ever. Like, I know he complains about his paint, but his paint is beautiful. Like, this is like the nicest black paint I think I've ever seen, and it's been sitting in this naval base for a few months now, so the paint still looks great. I'll actually take a walk around because there's some cool abandoned cars here, and I'll show you guys what is just laying here to rot in this random Hobby Lobby. So I got to get some permission to do that first, because I don't want to go record people's property. So I'll ask Chris and see if he thinks it's cool, and then we'll go take a quick lap. But yeah, I mean, he cleaned up everything. It looks like he even polished or scrubbed down at least my pulleys and stuff. I mean, everything on here looks brand new. Like, this looks great. He just got this today, so this doesn't look new. I'll go home and clean this up, but he just bolted it on so he can show me what I need to connect and what I can leave disconnected. So yeah, this thing, oh, I'm speechless. I'm so excited to get this thing tossed in. I am so excited. All right, we're gonna walk around really quick. We did get that little plug out, so we're just gonna do a quick lap, see what we got going on over here. There's a clean project right here, Fox body. We got like SVT or Cobra wheels, saline wheels. They look like saline wheels off of a New Edge, but I think they're just Cobra wheels. I could be wrong though. They look like Cobra wheels. I think I see a Cobra logo. Very clean. There's a lot of cars here. That one's not abandoned. There's a gem over here that is abandoned though. This one looks abandoned, but I don't know if it actually is. We might get yelled at. There was a guy over here that yelled at us last time, so that's why I asked Chris. GTO carbon fiber little trim pieces. That's clean. Fairlane, an E30. And here's the gem right here. Here's the one that matters. Okay, well, we need to look at that in a second too. But look at this. This thing apparently has been abandoned since like 2018. So, God, like, I mean, and it shows too. This thing is dated. Oh my God, look at those rotors. Look at those rotors. So it doesn't have a motor. It does have a trans though. But, I mean, everything else is here, it looks like. I'm sure there's stuff on the table. I'm not going to touch anything, obviously, but been abandoned. Right-hand drive specialty stickers. Recaros inside. Oh, I would buy the Recaros if I could. Look at this thing. Like, a little paint correction, and obviously a motor, and everything else it needs, and you got yourself an R32. And it's not fucked. Like, I don't really see anything that, like, there's no, like, Swiss cheese holes in it, you know? God, it's so cool. Oh, I love how like thick they are too. Like they just have that little arch right there. I was so close to buying one of these. I'm happy I bought the Supra, but I was so close to getting one of these. I just didn't really want an all-wheel drive platform because I wasn't familiar with them, and I didn't want to take on that like servicing. Like with the Supra, I could do a lot of the work myself because it's very similar to a Mustang. With this, although I could learn it, I didn't want to. And then we have the old Mitsubishi here. This is new. I haven't seen this yet. Big ass intercooler up front. I don't want to walk around it just because I haven't looked at this car yet, but it looks pretty nice. Super retro. Super retro. I love the intercooler just peeking out. It's a little crooked, but I love it. But yeah, there's a lot of abandoned cars. There's even more over there, but like I said, I don't want to go over there because I got yelled at last time, and I'm not trying to get yelled at again, so we'll make our way back. But that R32 it's a gem. There's something cool over here, actually. I'll show you one more thing. All right, two more things. I haven't seen this before. This thing got fucking smashed. Holy shit. Hopefully everyone was okay, because that looks like a hard fucking hit. Damn. Anyone need a boxer? Here's another cool one. We have a Cressida getting a 1JZ. He has a cool oil relocation shit that I'm kind of thinking about doing just because I really hate the placement of the factory oil filter and stuff, but 1JZ going in the Cressida looks like some sort of drift car just based off of the bash bar up front. I mean, that's kind of a funky looking bash bar, but this is not funky looking. This is really nice looking. Looks like a small block in a T-body or whatever the hell they call these things. Looks easy to work on, I'll tell you what. Doing some exhaust work would be very easy on this. But yeah, we managed to get that nipple off, heated it up with his camping torch, and got on the actual fitting, got the line on. So yeah, one less thing I gotta do. My pilot bearing, I just checked, doesn't come till Monday. So I mean, I could put it on in the car, it's not that big of a deal, but we'll just see how eager I get to toss this in. I'm really impatient, so I'll probably end up tossing it in, but we're gonna load up the motor, and I'm gonna get lunch, and then I'm gonna head home, and we'll get to work on it. All right, so motor's here. I went to the auto parts store really quick and just got some coolant caps because we're not running some of these coolant lines. I forget what they're for. They might be for the heater. I don't run a heater. My heater core is all blocked off behind that, so we're not running that. Really quickly, I'm gonna polish the valve covers since I have great access to them right now. I'm gonna polish that, and I'm gonna clean up the coolant pipe. Like I said, he just got that today, so we're just gonna clean it up a little bit more, and then her and I will go ahead and drop it in. She's eating her little snack right now, looking like a snack. What are you looking at? You looking at your gut?
My button, yeah.
Your button. Gotta get comfortable. Anyways, yeah, this motor looks absolutely great. I really like how Chris torqued everything and like paint markered everything, so everything I know if it'll move. It looks great. It's gonna run even better. We just gotta get it in there. What I use to polish, by the way, if I'm doing it by hand, is some old jeans. This will get through most of these deeper scratches. You could also use like quadruple zero steel wool or whatever, and some metal polish right here. So we're gonna start with this, and then we'll go up to a microfiber. But it's gonna transform it. Watch. Here's the before. Look at how kind of musty and crusty that looks. Okay, yeah, it doesn't look much better. I mean, I just did a little patch, but like that's new. That's how it used to look. So I mean, like, yeah, it's better, but I'm not gonna do the whole thing. I'm gonna just wait until I get some steel wool. I'm too excited to put this in. I'm not gonna sit here and jerk off my valve covers, so I am gonna wipe this down, however. I'm just gonna spray it with some degreaser and then just wipe it. It should come right off. It just seems like surface shit. So let me do that, and then we'll start dropping her in. All right, so I really quickly hit this with some degreaser, and what do they call those things? Brillo pads? I don't know. A little Scotch-Brite. Cleaned it up real nice. I'm still gonna get in this little nook right here. Look at her. This one is not mine. This one is his. I do not have kids. Every time they see the stroller, they're always like, Drew's having a kid. I am not having a kid.
One we don't know about yet.
No.
I think like twins, man, you're next.
She's loving it. So, anyways, yeah, I'm gonna put on some hose clamps on these lines, and I mean, if I don't have enough for these, then I'll just wait. But I think I do, because my old fuel system, I ran some hose clamps, and I'm not gonna need them for the PTFE lines. We do have a new PTFE hose. I'm gonna throw on some hose clamps, and then this coolant system should be good, besides the one line we need going from here to here. So we'll take care of that later, though. We don't need to do that right now. All right, I got all the clamps on, and I know some people are gonna be upset because I do this personally, but I tape up the hose clamps for two reasons. One, can't see them, okay? I mean, you can't see them anyways, but now you really can't see them. Two, when I'm down here reaching around for shit, I don't gotta worry about slicing my hands. So I wouldn't tape any that you can see, but here now, if I'm digging around, gotta mess with my knock sensor, gotta, you know, deal with something, I don't gotta worry about fucking slitting my wrist. So we're good there. I think we're almost ready. I'm gonna just double check everything, but I think we're almost ready. This is just a minor detail, but I recommend anyone do this. This whole thing was powder coated. I took a wire wheel and took off all of the powder coating back here on the dowels too, just to make sure that the trans and everything lines up just perfect. You might not think it matters, but that thing needs to be as centered as possible, so that little, you know, even it's a couple thousandths of an inch might just fuck with it. So just clean it up. I'm gonna touch up where I fucked up. Little grinder wheel kind of slipped, but yeah, no one's gonna see it anyways, but I'm gonna touch it up. Just make sure that that's all nice and clean. While you're back here too, I'm gonna clean up where the pilot bearing goes. Just get it all nice and clean. Make sure that this thing is perfect. You know, you don't want to have issues. She's all prepped. She's all pretty. Can't wait. I get to just stand here.
Why is your neck yellow?
I'm tired, Grandpa. Let's do that, man! Dude, this pipe looks so good. No one's gonna see it, but I know it's there. She's in.
Is lined up?
Yeah, it's lined up.
Oh my god, so pretty.
It is pretty. It is really pretty. Wow. This is the beginning of 1,000 horsepower Supra. All right, so here's where we are work-wise. We have the exhaust manifold mocked up. It's not tightened or anything like that, but this way Bryce can come and make me my 4-inch downpipe. And we started doing the wiring harness. This whole side is done. This side, I know it looks like a mess, is mostly done. I have a couple wires. I have to figure out where they go and stuff like that, but not a big deal. It'll all plug in. I'll figure it out. Let me just double check. Everything over here looks good. We have the intake ports all taped off, so it's not like it's dusty in here. We'll be fine. For day one of tossing this bad boy together, it's looking pretty good. Actually, really quickly, I'll pull off these hooks too, just to end my night. But yeah, after this, just Bryce needs to come, and we need to make the down pipe and the mid pipe. We are sizing up for that. And then we have to make a new intercooler mount, which I don't think I've showed you yet, but here's the new intercooler. It's from Treadstone Performance. This one is rated for like $1,350, I think. It's about $1,400. This one is a 22-row air intercooler. It is beefy. It is way beefier than my old one. My old one was rated for about 800, so we were pretty much maxing it out. But this one will do everything and all I will probably ever want to do. It is as solid as possible. But I can't toss it in because my old intercooler was mounted from the top. This one is mounted from the side, so Bryce and I need to come up with something and make this one work. So we'll have to chop out the old mount and just make it work, you know? We'll just have to brainstorm and see what works best. But yeah, I should have everything together hopefully this week, and then we can maybe start it up. I do have to get my fuel lines made. Well, I have to just go get the fittings and make them myself. I have to get all the exhaust made. I have to get the intercooler mocked up, and we have to break in the motor and everything. So we still got a little bit of stuff to do, but it's not bad at all. We could probably, if we had everything, knock it out in one day. We don't have everything, and we gotta wait for stuff to be shipped, so it is what it is. Anyways, take one last good look at her. I wish you could see the fucking goddamn purple plugs on the side. You're not gonna be able to see it, because I mean, right now it just looks like the same shit I had before. I mean, it's definitely a lot cleaner. Head looks clean, it looks great, but yeah, it just looks the same. Oh, one other thing we gotta do. We have to pull out these little ports and put in -10 AN lines and do a catch can. So again, little stuff, little easy stuff. It's just all tedious little shit, but we'll figure it out. Anyways, hopefully you guys are as excited as I am. I'm super excited. I just can't wait to see what this setup does. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you did, please let me know down below. I will be live streaming more stuff throughout the week. I didn't want to live stream this because that would kind of defeat the purpose of the video. So I will be live streaming as I work on it. So come stop by, say hi. Anyways, let me know down below, subscribe, and until next video, peace.